allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Can he dey touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah, dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Sùràjù. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àníyẹ Sùràjù. Presido bá rúfin o. Àníyẹ Sùràjù.
Hello there. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun live. And thank you very much for joining me. Please, after reading the caption of the broadcast, kindly read the description as well. Then like it, share it to invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Tell them all that they can join us. Mayegun today. And thanks very much once again if you have done that already. So tonight, we are shifting away a little bit from the death and the burial, as well as the dramas that followed the death of Bokohari. While they were all busy in Daura yesterday to bury Bokohari, the people of Riyom, the people of Riyom, that's a local government area, right? They were mourning the latest attacks of this Fulani terrorists, where on the first count, 27 people, mainly farmers, women and children, were slaughtered. Homes, houses were razed and burnt down. And I probably didn't think those guys, Thiefnubu and his gang, cares a hoot, because while the people of Riyom were protesting, like, mourning, agonizing, and the rest of that, they were putting up performances at Bokohari's burial in Daura. And this is where we're going to start this evening. From the survivors, eyewitness, and others tonight.
The attack occurred in the early hours of Tuesday, around 3 a.m., with residents awakened by sporadic gunfire and flames engulfing their homes. Confirming the tragedy, Riyom local government chairman Plateau said the community has been under siege, with over 73 lives lost to banditry in the area since September.
Though they started showing some signs before that time, and of course we made some moves to see that there are security men from Sector 6 with 2 gun trucks. And I was satisfied that my people are well protected. But I discovered that about 21 souls, lives, have gone far beyond the sun.
The Birom Youth Molder Association also confirmed the incident. Its national president, Daliop Solomon, alleged terrorist infiltration and a breakdown in security intelligence, while urging government authorities to act decisively.
The Fulani grazing their cows, because that is what they usually do. Their modus operandi to attack villages and communities is to come massively, with their cows, and then of course the attackers will pin down, and the cattle will go back. And that was the exact thing that happened last night.
Former Senate Minority Leader Senator Simon Mwatkwon visited the grieving community, renewing calls for the creation of state police and citing the failure of Nigeria's centralized security system to safeguard vulnerable populations.
In, day out, people are being killed. The terrain is so porous. And that is why some of us have argued that we need a state police in this country. If we don't have state police, we'll continue to have this problem.
Residents who narrowly escaped the attack shared harrowing accounts of the violence.
As a woman, I am not happy. Women are becoming widows. Children are becoming orphans. I am calling on the president as the chief security of this country. He should do something.
Sincerely, it is very sad and unfortunate that up to today, these things have not come to an end. You have just witnessed, you've gone around together here, you've seen the dead bodies yourself. 27 people lying down. Okay? You've seen the corpses yourself. 27 people. This is very sad.
The General Officer commanding 3 Division, Major General Folusho Onyilola, also visited the scene, promising an increased security deployment to forestall further attacks. As the death toll rises and fear grips the community, many are left questioning how long communities like Bindi will remain unprotected and how soon Nigeria will take decisive steps to end the attack occurred in the early hours of Tuesday.
So it's called Bindi-Jebbu in Tahoss communities in Riyom local government area. So you heard the eyewitnesses and the survivors. So according to the report, the Fulani terrorists invaded these communities simultaneously around 3 a.m. They sent out an SOS message to the nearby military formation, and they didn't get any response back until after the attack, and the attackers were gone. And for those who also spoke to the press, they said the 27 number is actually not the final figure, as many people or many bodies are still being recovered from the bush. The killings continues. 20 here, 30 there, 27 here, 100 here, on and on. The operation of the Fulani terrorists continues unabated. Now, when things like this happen, as they will continue to, there's a time that people need to ask themselves, because I have been trying, even though most of my thought on this have come back as rhetorical questions, which is, I will never get the direct answer. Now, here are my thoughts, and I've actually seen people who have expressed a similar kind of like a thoughts, right? In 2015, when APC, Egbekegbe, conspired to take over power in Nigeria, they went all over West Africa to promise the Fulani terrorists, right, that the moment APC, Egbekegbe, captured power in Nigeria, they will do this, they will do that for them. In which the main purpose of bringing them to come and attack Nigeria was because of the 2015 election, because they believed then that they've done everything they needed to do. But if Jonathan failed to hand over power, then they will make Nigeria ungovernable. This is not conspiracy theory. These and many others are publicly available information, reliable. The Fulani terrorists themselves, during their numerous peace meetings, they've confessed to the deal that the APC, Egbekegbe, made to them. Yeah? They will build them schools, give them lands, resettle them in Nigeria, and they can come from all over the world. And Nigeria can be seen as their real place. Don't pretend that you are hearing this for the first time. The Fulanization agenda that you are hearing during the time of Bokohari, it wasn't a conspiracy. Because right before our eyes, very eyes, Fulani terrorists, they started with a Fulani herdsmen. Fulani terrorists. It became part of the Nigeria's national kind of like a national discourse. Well, it is. No thanks to APC. They failed them like they failed you. And they said, now, they are more or less like stranded. So they have to fend for themselves. So Bokohari and his gang spent 8 years protecting them while they commit all these ethnic, tribal cleansings for 8 years. Now, many now said that since they couldn't get their Ruga, they couldn't get their waterway, they couldn't get their cattle colony, maybe now that Bokohari is unable to give them all of that, just maybe that will be the end of it, because nobody will tolerate the kind of criminality that they have been perpetuating upon Nigerians. No sensible leader will, Bokohari's government that was so active in tracking down anyone that says anything that they feel so uncomfortable for them, or makes them, or bruises their egos, right? Makes them so, kind of like upset. They will use this instrument of the state to track those people down, but they couldn't use the same instrument of the state to track down the terrorists that are killing Nigerians, destroying Nigerian farmlands, killing the farmers, destroying communities, destroying villages, rendering Nigerians as refugees in their own country. So everybody felt like, oh, wait, once Bokohari is gone, nobody will tolerate that. In fact, there were people who believed that no matter who became your president, that will be the end of the campaign of terror of the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. But right now, everyone is now asking, what the hell is going on? Thiefnubu is a Yoruba man. Yorubas have had their own fair share in this terrorism. Fulanis from the Futa Jalon, Futa Galon, Futa Sorrow, and Futa Sadness, or whatever, invaded Yoruba land, kidnapped Yorubas and collected ransoms, killed Yorubas on Yoruba soil. A true Yoruba blood would never allow that to happen again. And a true patriotic leader would never allow any blood to be shed again, because they all lived in Nigeria. They were all alive. They were all counting the bodies. So there is nothing surprising, nothing new, other than the audacity and the atrocities, right, continues under a different president of the country, a Yoruba man. So can we now say what we said about Bokohari? That Bokohari, a Fulani man, was protecting the Fulani terrorists to commit all these atrocities, and for the past 10 years, there is no single Fulani terrorist on trial in any court in Nigeria for any of these crimes. So if Bokohari protected them, used the instrument of the states to crush any dissent, while the Fulani terrorists, that Bokohari himself said these were terrorists and they are criminals. But what happened? That the entire system continued to play defense in the face of terrorism. Defense in the sense that the powerful Nigerian army, Nigerian military, they are now waiting for the terrorists to attack them before they push back. So it has now become something that they are playing, kind of like playing game with the lives of the people, watching these different kind of terrorists wreak this havoc. So can we say a Yoruba president is now protecting the Fulanis? Because for the first time, as much as Bokohari tried all his effort, right? Bokohari said his only solution to this bloodshed, to these killings, would be for the southern people, the indigenous people of Nigeria, to part with their lands, and there will be peace. That didn't work. So we now have somebody who is not a Fulani, and his actions pretty much continues to protect the interest of the Fulanis. Don't get me wrong, oh. It is actually not the interest of the Fulanis in general. The Fulani terrorists and their sponsor, who possibly are holding very strong, sort of like a power base in that contraption right now. It is a Yoruba man that is now pushing the Fulani agenda, a Fulani agenda of ceding land to Fulani terrorists. So these state governors in the Arewa north of Nigeria, who most of them are Fulanis as well, right? Majority of them have positioned themselves to now be the representatives of these murderers. When when thiefnubu released 80 billion naira to the state of Gombe for them to begin the process of building a ranch. So ranch for who? You mean ranch for Bello Turuji, Ado Ailero, guys who are carrying AK-47, RPG, and different kinds of weapons. Guys who have slaughtered Nigerian soldiers as much as they have slaughtered civilians. Are they the ones who are going to become ranch owners? So that people like this, in Riyom, will no longer have to die. As long as they can follow, the money is there, right? As long as they can make available land to build ranch for who? thiefnubu went to Benue, Makodi, after over 200 people were slaughtered by this same Fulani terrorist. And what did he tell the people? Despite people telling him the true situation, Fulani terrorist, Fulani terrorist, thiefnubu mounted the podium and told the audience, the victims of this attack, that they ferried down to the state capital from the real scene of the crime. Remember? thiefnubu told them, the audience, he told them, he said, there is enough land to share. Indirectly telling them that, listen, you must learn to accommodate your killers. Okay? And you have enough land that you are not even using everything. Let's give some, and there will be peace. That is the president of Nigeria. Remove the mask. You may even think that is a Bokohari. Because that's exactly the same thing Bokohari was asking from the people of Benue. If you remember, that puts himself and Autumn on a collision course, remember? So, the question is, whose interest? Because, again, before I even ask this question, okay, in Nigeria today, that you have over 500 tribes and ethnic, speaking over 500 languages or and dialects, what have you. The Fulanis, like other people, where they actually have sizable number, where they have state governors, where they control levels of political space, right? Fulanis in Nigeria will tell you that they are from this state, they are from Sokoto, they are from Kanu, abi they are from Zamfara, abi they are from Borno. You know, they will tell you that I am from Borno. So why do you need to build a ranch for a Fulani terrorist from that turned himself to a terrorist too? For God knows why, because people are still asking why exactly, what do they actually want? But what they have told us is that they want land, not from where they come from. Do you get that now? Like, you have Fulanis, right? Fulanis from Sokoto, Kanu, Kaduna, Fulanis from, all these areas in northern part of Nigeria. They will tell you they are from this place, they are from that place. Fine. I'm not talking about the Fulanis in the middle belt now. So many of them will tell you that they are fourth, fifth generation. Therefore, they are now middle belters. That's a different conversation. I'm talking about areas where there is no kind of question about whether, they produce governors. You get what I mean now? That means they have sizable population. That means they have their lands. They are from different local government areas. Already where they are not living in the forest, so they have their own cities, they have their own towns, they have villages, they have local government areas. So why should the people of Enugu be forced to give land to this Fulani from this part of Nigeria before peace can be for the people of Enugu? Why should the people of the southwest Nigeria, on their own small land, if you check the map of Nigeria, on their own small land, for them to have peace, they have to give land to Fulani from Sokoto. I'm not even talking about Fulani from outside of Nigeria now. I'm saying, let's even say the argument is that they are doing it for the sake of Nigeria. Do you understand? And let's say this Fulani killing Nigerians, so they are Nigerians. Let's leave the outsiders. They are Nigerians, Abi, meaning they came from somewhere in Nigeria. They have their land, they have the Abi. So why should the people of Southwest, Abi, Southeast, or even the Middle Belt, why should they have to part with their lands to compensate a Fulani man from Sokoto before people of Plateau State will have peace? Have you ever thought of that? Because their priority is never you. And then, there we have it. The ones who have now become the latest victims. Many people who are currently just minding their business, trying to survive in this thiefnubu. They are the next victims. In another day or two, we are going to be back here talking about another place and another number of people slaughtered by these terrorists. And then the government is supposed to actually really crush them. They continue to give reasons, excuses why their method is the best. Rehabilitating terrorists. A state in northern Nigeria, I can't remember the state right now, proudly published that they are spending 34 billion naira in 2025 on the repentant terrorists in their state, where they have over 2 million out of school children. Baba? So the priority of this sponsor, or the sponsor of this terrorism, which 100% I believe it is APC. The day APC loses power in that contraption will be the day or the beginning of the end to the terrorism. Or you can tell me to probably not say that, because that depends on who takes power from the APC. With the likes of rufai and others pushing on the side with their coalition, so if they get the power, it will come be like frying pan to fire. I be from fire to furnace. So there is no chance for the people of that place, for our people, in the hands of these incompetent and then greedy, selfish criminals who are actually making decisions that affect lives. Anyway, we put that aside and we commiserate with the people of Riyom. It's just going to be one condolence too many. They will say, it is Nigeria. It keeps happening. And only few of these things actually make it to the media, like you are watching right now. Or maybe if you have seen it on social media, few of these sort of sad stories makes it to the media. And the APC, Egbekegbe, like they did under Bokohari, as they are doing under Kanu, they have mastered the art of silence. If it was in India that they announced that, some people, terrorists, they killed 27 people, Nigeria would have dropped their condolences right now. thiefnubu and his gang. We condole with the people of India in this very tragic moment. We condemn all violence. Meanwhile, in their backyard, their people are being killed by terrorists who feels like, unstoppable. Right. The man who is believed to be their progenitor Bokohari has been buried, but it seems that the evil that he has, had brought upon Nigeria, is not dead. However, I think this morning, so they had what they call the firdau or review prayer at Bokohari's house in Daura, but I'm going to come back to that one. I have some story that is similar. This one is not Fulani versus the indigenous people. This is actually indigenous people versus indigenous people in Enugu, because I mentioned Enugu earlier. Listen to their story.
Tell us, what's your name?
My name is Eze Daniel Onyejuwaka. Presently, I am the chairman of the Central Community.
Give us a background to why you people are protesting today. Give us a big background to why you are here with this number of people from your community. What's happening?
Thank you very much. What actually happened is that on Thursday, being the 10th day of July 2025, we went to the office of the Deputy Governor, who is the head of the Boundary Committee of Enugu State, and had a judgment over the dispute we have with the people of Umubu Apuke in Enugu South local government. This is a land that the appeal court has given us judgment. The Supreme Court has also upheld their judgment. And they later protested through their legal counsel to the boundary committee that we are trespassing on the boundary. And the state government came in and intervened. And just that same day, they gave us judgment. Surprisingly, from that particular day, they went to the scene and started demolishing all the properties we had there. They went ahead and demolishing until we decided as law-abiding citizens to contact the people of the boundary committee. I called on the secretary and told him this is what is happening. He told us, please, we should not retaliate. And I adhered to that. We now called on the police, the MTD police station, to assist us to go to the scene so that we can have documentary evidences to show the people of Enugu State what is happening to us. Surprisingly, after we have finished, we ordered the police to go back to their destination. We started going back to our various houses. Because of the fact that we used to go through the pathway, there is a pathway from that place coming up to this, there's a little hill. As the last batch of people we are coming back, the people of Umugu and their team laid ambush and started shooting strategically on the air until eventually they shot on one of our brothers, Sochi Mono, who faced a cold blood on that day. Part of this problem is being caused by the MD of NGs, Prince Chinwetalonwato, who, despite all the activities of the deputy governor to resolve this issue, went ahead and started reallocating the land or admitting people of Umugu who has been defeated in court, giving double allocations and things like that. This is where they gathered momentum to come and start attacking the people of Umugu through talks and things like that. So, as law-abiding citizens, we are only using this medium to call on the state government, particularly the governor of Enugu State, then the Attorney General of the state, the Attorney General of the Federation, and all the judges and lawyers in this country to come to our aid so that the judgment given to us by both the appeal court and the Supreme Court can be honored, because that is the essence of their profession. We are not people who can go to war and begin to do things that are unlawful. All we are asking is for the law to take its course. This is the third person that we are living in this same land. We have lost the likes of Olivono, today again is Shettima. And particularly, my own father died in the same process. It's so pathetic. Please, I am appealing to the governor of Enugu State. I know that by the time this press conference is over, he will hear me. Let him intervene in this matter. I'm equally appealing to the boundary committee who have given their verdict to please hasten up so that this matter can be resolved and resolved finally. Thank you very much.
When was this Supreme Court judgment in favor? Because you mentioned that on the 10th of July, that you interfaced with Deputy Governor in this matter. When was this judgment given to your state?
The judgment of the Supreme Court, the appeal court was given on 2015. And after that, we went to the press and made a publication to the public. Secondly, in 2021 again, we went again, they applied for stay. It was struck out. Again in 2021, another judgment was struck out. In 3 occasions that they filed to the Supreme Court, all of them were struck out. So we don't even have anything to do with the people of Umuguakume again over that land. I just don't know why. When they had judgment, we never stepped into that land. When they had judgment of the High Court, we left there and allowed them to do whatever they want to do until we got appeal. I just don't know why they are doing all this to us. The government should come in and make sure that this matter ends. If you look around me, it's not as if I don't have people, but we are law-abiding people. I know that ever since we've been going to court, particularly Chief Mark Ngene said that as we roll, and this is an example. It's so bitter. It's so bitter. But nobody takes the law into his hand. That is why we are appealing to the governor of Enugu State to make sure he ends this matter before it turns again to a communal crisis. Thank you very much.
Witness.
Are you okay?
Witness.
No question.
No question. Okay. Witness.
My name is Uchechi. Uchechi.
What are you now? What's your connection on this matter?
Sir, this brother is a very good person to me.
Is he your brother?
He's my brother.
Wow.
And I'm very, very angry to hear this thing. To hear this death. I'm so angry. I'm not happy about it because I made this. The last day I made this, my brother is last week Saturday. He buys food from me and he eats the food. After eating the food, he just tried to joke with me before he left. He left, but suddenly I come see that my brother is dead. I'm not happy at all to hear this thing.
What is your request to the government?
Please, government should care about it. They should look about this thing for them to leave our land for us. Please.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir?
My name is
Obina. Obina, could you please tell us exactly what happened on that?
Communal clash over land. And that one, like I said, it's not even like a Fulani crossing over this time. It is between two supposed neighbors fighting over land. And they believe that they have the right to it, while others also kind of believe that they also have the right to it. Then it led to them ambushing the other and then, brothers. While the government they are calling on, I don't know if it's a local government too. Somebody said this was, give me a circle. This was supposed to be a road construction in Udenu, local government area in Enugu. Because we are in Enugu, so we can show you ongoing road construction in one of the communities. Umba, I hope he sees this. Anyway, talking about roads. Did you hear that a court has cleared, they call it court-freed Paulishe today? That is a corruption case of stealing over 7 billion naira from Ekiti State when he was governor. A court has cleared him today. And they said he has no case. So right now, he is as clean as a weasel. That's a figure of speech, by the way. But going to Ekiti may not be as clean as a weasel. But the road to Ekiti is rough. Very rough.
Bro, hey, come over there. Hey, pull on there, come over there. If you pull, pull up. Go. Oh, the boy, hey. Ayabu fẹ́ àpawó ni, ó lè láyàbù, Ayabu fẹ́ àpawó, ó lè láyàbù, Ayabu fẹ́ àpawó. No, mi fídíò mi, òkè lọ́mọ fídíò. Ó lè láyàbù.
This person now let them go, let them do now, but they go here. I bet they do work for somebody. See, count how many road follow the road. Are you getting me?
Akweme, hey! Go! Odila. Ọmọ, ó di woro sí woro báyìí o. Ó di woro sí woro.
Wọ́n ní wọ́n lè ti jọ́dì rẹ̀ jámà ìṣèpè yìí náà. Jámà tó àná.
Ọmọ, tẹ́ntà tó ń bọ̀ yìí. Ọmọ, ẹ̀dù ṣé lè máa lọ báyìí? Awo, ẹ jẹ́ kó stop ẹ̀ kó dagi sí o ẹjọ́. Ẹjọ́. Kó lọ, ó ti lọ. Ó lọ, ya gbéra. Gbéra, wá ṣe rẹ̀, gbéra. Ó ti lọ o. Ó kù márùn-ún ti lọ. Mọ́tò tó lè fa mọ́tò yẹn nìkan ló lè fa mọ́tò yẹn o. Díẹ̀. No, gbéra. Padà sẹ́yìn o. Ẹrù ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ga. Ọlọ́run jọ o. Tó bá lọ di gbẹ̀gẹ̀ àlọ́bẹ̀ ọkàn mọ́ nìyẹn. Àlọ́ ẹni bí ẹ bọ̀. Ẹ jọ o. Ọlọ́run jọ o. Ọlọ́run jọ o. Kó ṣáà lọ. No worry. Before tomorrow, we are going to Abuja. Tomorrow night. So when I take the adventure like that. When I take that. Gbèsè má fẹ́ gbẹ̀rẹ̀ náà lọ́bì kankan mọ́ nìyẹn o. Hey. Oti balance. Oku waju. Emi, tí ma lọ gbẹ, ọkọ wa ni wọ́n tó bí àtàdá. Màtá gbé ṣe 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 máa dùn. Ọdún kẹ́ filẹ̀. Bọ̀bọ̀ ẹ̀ mú láìkẹ́, ó fi ara balẹ̀ gan. Ibẹ̀ yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ ń bà mí ẹrù.
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do.
How your body? Like, did you not feel that form of like a body ache? Did you not imagine yourself like in that scenario and be like, oh my God, but I did. And that is just one out of 1,000 of such terrible roads across Nigeria, especially the southern part of Nigeria. Horrible roads. And yeah, of course, a politician probably got the contract, or many politicians have gotten they've gotten the contract severally. In 2025. Well, Atiku has now officially left PDP. In a published resignation letter of his, right? So Atiku said he's moving on. I would like to take this opportunity to express his profound gratitude, right? However, he said he find it necessary to part ways due to the current due to the current trajectory the party has taken, which I believe diverges from the foundational principles we stood for. It is with a heavy heart that I resign, recognizing the irreconcilable differences that have emerged. So, in a nutshell, Atiku has now potted. He didn't state where, but everybody does know where, okay? And a reaction to that from Soloma Kinde Ibadan was that it is inconsequential.
That will make any dent on PDP as a party. PDP is an institution, right? You have freedom of entrance and exit. But I think anyone that will hold PDP down is better for such individuals too. Actually. But one thing we must all realize is that players will come and go, governors will come and go, president will come and go, but our country will remain and our state will remain.
According to Soloma Kinde Ibadan, anyone who is going to hold their party down when they leave, it is just a blessing. So Atiku is inconsequential enough that, they don't have to. That's him. But here is what I got to say about Atiku's political sojourn.
Congrats to PDP. Congrats. Good news. Atiku has finally resigned from PDP. Good news. I've been trying to suspend him for years. He no go. Oh, finally, Baba don't go. Third time in 20 years. This is what they call desperation. This is what they call desperado. But for PDP, the biggest party in Africa, it's a welcome development. So the Southerners will not have someone dragging their slots with them. It's a good news. The party will get peace now. Third time going and coming. Baba finally don't go. We hope you no go come back this time, Mr. Atiku, so you can allow the party to be proper opposition that they are supposed to be. I know they still have so many troubles there. They still have so many Wahala people, Kululu people there. But still, Atiku's ambition has granted the party for too long. And it's a good news, it's a welcome development. I don't know whether Baba forget something inside Villa. In and out of PDP 3 times in 20 years. What a shame. Anyway, I hope Obi can come back to PDP now, because PDP, they've got a lot of spread. I hope Obi can come back now. And I hope PDP can zone their presidential to south so they can get someone at least to stand against Tinubu 2027. The welcome development. Bye-bye to Jati. Please, Obi, try and think about it if you can.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind.
Anyway, according to Isaac, Atiku is the source of the problems of PDP. And not just him, there are others. He didn't mention with a wiki. But he ended his own video with Peter Obi should come back to their PDP now. And they can now zone into the south. What is going to happen to Willie Wiki? Anyway, that's just on the side. Talking about Obi. I don't know which one I should go for. I think we should go to Daura quickly, Don't worry, quickly. Then we'll come back to the next one where Asari Dokubo has vomited his usual again. But, brethren, to those of you who have observed, or who did observe, that Aisha Bokohari left Bokohari since 2020. Others said it was even far before that, when Bokohari went for that medical procedure in the UK in 2017. So they said, Aisha said, since Bokohari returned back from that surgery, is not the same man that she married. He was totally a different person. More reason why she went to the public at the time to criticize her husband's government, if you remember. She went as far as calling on Nigerian men to rise up and save Nigeria from the control of 3 men. She said 3 men were controlling Nigeria, not her husband. Her husband had no clue what is going on. 3 men. She didn't mention their name or names. So it is now kind of confirmed that Aisha had divorced Bokohari since 2020. Like officially, they just didn't make it public. And that was why when Bokohari finished 2 years ago, that you are wondering, why was he living alone? Because the man, sorry, that just kind of reminded me of something now this is just a little bit tangent, okay, so it's not, I'm just going to digress a bit. I need to say it, all right? So there is this conversation I was having with someone, a group of people, because it's not that 1 or 2 people anyway. And we're talking about men. Many of us grew up and we watched our old men, our old man, right? Struggle to provide this, provide that, and the rest of the day, you realize that somehow we are more attached to our mothers. Give it to them. So when we grew up, mostly everybody seems to get more attached to their mothers too, except for, maybe one or two of the children that would probably say, hello, daddy. So we're talking about what exactly is the gain of a man that will do everything, not because he wanted to be praised or anything. He just sees it as what I have to do. And then you do all of that. But when it is the time for the children to take side or make choices, it's just an easy choice for them to go with their mothers and all that, right? That's exactly what I feel about this, right? Bokohari, who possibly believed that whatever he did for his children and all of that, So when his when his government ended 2 years ago, Aisha Bokohari took all the children, including I'm talking about their children are grown up. Their children are not kids. So Aisha took all of them to London. So Bokohari was left alone in Daura. He spent 3 months there. Somebody who just finished as the president of Nigeria. He was alone, except for a handful of house helps, drivers and all that. He was alone. He didn't retire to the warm embrace of his family. No, he didn't. The reason is because they were divorced. While Bokohari was still your president, Aisha already processed her divorce. And she's already referred back to her maiden name, Aisha Alilu. This information probably doesn't really matter much anymore. Looking for pieces of the puzzle of whatever you have been putting together on these criminals. There you have it. Maybe that's another one you need to add to your collection. They were divorced. Bokohari died a miserable man. But they won't tell you that. They won't say that. They will say, oh, he's loved by the people who looted Nigeria or benefited from the loot via him. So they believe that they hold him everything. These are people who are like, if Nigeria was a real country, they have no reason whatsoever to get close to the seat of power. Talk less of them having their hands in the tail of the Nigerian Commonwealth. But because of Bokohari, they gain access to money. They have become multi-billionaires. They hold him that. You get that now? So in London, they even said that he had one money. Again, it is true. So they said he had one money before he became the patients in London, right? So they said he had his normal pap and what have you. And he was supposed to, probably just relax a bit for that money and all that. And God knows what happened, right? Dizzy, that they fell. That fall was actually something that they felt like, this one will take his life. So they flew him to London. Not to Daura General Hospital, not to Abuja General Hospital, National Hospital, to London. And he was there for over 10 days, which means he was probably half dead before they took him there. Again, this information may be so irrelevant to some of you. There are those who find it very much useful because there's so many other pieces of the puzzle of what really happened under Bokohari and why that some people are putting together. Right? Now, let us now go and check those who took their turn to go and pay a condolences visit to Aisha. Aisha, they have children together and she chose to be the widow. So Aisha is not married, no longer married to Bokohari. They've been unmarried for 5 years. But it is also an opportunity for her right? I mean, Bokohari is dead now. He was left all by himself until his last days. All those crying, all those wailing and all of that, they're just performative. You get now, they're just performative. However, Atiku, who took a visit also to go and see Aisha this morning, here is something I want you to observe. Atiku self is a very sick man. No matter how much they try to kind of package, and these kind of sicknesses that these guys are suffering from, they are old age sicknesses. These guys are not young people. They are in their 80s, late 70s. For instance, by 2027, Atiku will be 80 years old. So if he becomes your president, by 2031, he will be 84 years old. So if he's still alive and they push him further and he rig himself or whatever again, right? If he becomes your president, right? So if he does 8 years, Atiku will leave power at the age of 88. Watch his steps here. He's already telling, no matter how much they are trying to package him, he's already telling age. But he's still very much adamant to be your president, whatever he's going to take, including coalition. Did you see that? He's an old man. Atiku is an old man. So he's just Bokohari Pro Max or Bokohari Kolu Pro Max, kind of. So everyone around them, they are all pushing these guys. Not because they want to save your country. No. Age, like thiefnubu, like Bokohari, is already telling on them. No matter who they were 25 years ago, is no longer who they are anymore. But because a lot of them, it is fantasy for them, the contraption is a free-for-all. Whoever can grab should grab it, sort of. And that is why, the intention is not to change anything. And those pushing them, they know why they had to push them, because they will be the ones to be the SAs, PAs, and all of that. Obi was there too, right? And he even said he met with Bokohari as well.
How will you describe the late president?
Well, I had the opportunity of meeting him while I was campaigning. And I remember his words to today. Please care for the poor Nigerians. That's what I always remember. And I believe that he did his best within his capacity.
All right, what do you think Nigerians needs to learn from this former late president?
Well, we have to all learn how to serve our country, knowing that one day we will all be called back by our Creator.
A lot of people have talked about his simplicity and devoid of materialism. Will you agree with this postulation?
Of course. For those of us who, like I said, I'm not close to him. I only met him during my campaign, and I remember vividly his, what I call sincere appeal for fighting and caring for the poor.
All right. How will you describe the late president?
Peter Obi. Guy, man, this is how difficult it is for him to actually really, because you have to lie. Yeah, you have to lie to describe Bokohari. Because when you look at everybody talking about him, they are all telling you about how he's not materialistic, how he didn't steal money, how he only has just 2 houses. The same campaign strategy of 2015 is exact one that they want you to remember him for. No. So Obi had to lie and say, oh, he's sincere. He has to kind of make something up to fit that frame because he would have to lie. Bokohari know they steal money, but money they miss. He's not a thief, but money is missing. His friends are thieves. And they all said that he gave them free hand and he looked away. He trusted them. Do you understand? He trusted his friends. And his friends looted Nigeria. And he watched them. But he's a very frugal man. He's a very prudent man. He doesn't like this and that. But his doctors in the UK are paid tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of pounds sterling. His pension is not up to that. When you combine all the money, salary of a Bokohari, let me tell you this, because majority of Nigerians are indeed enablers. And therefore, they expect, they've normalized the abnormalities. So therefore, they see it as it's a normal thing. The salary of your president is 5 million naira officially. Then he's going to get every other thing for free. Car, house, clothing, all this and that, right? So which means if Bokohari decided to save all of the money he collected as salary, his own basic salary, for 8 years, do you know that that's just a 60 million naira a year? 60 million naira times 8. No be 480 million naira be that. 480 million. That means all the money that Bokohari collected as salary for 8 years cannot even pay for one single trip of a surgical trip. So you get now, cannot pay for it. But they said in London, his doctor. His doctors have always been in London. But he's not a thief. He was in PTDF, same thing. Money was just missing. But still the money. Why did she cover her face and turn to Eleha? The last time Aisha showed her face, she became a meme on social media. Remember that picture? And those were 2 people even go to 2 people. They sent 2 people to jail. DSS kidnapped 2 people in northern Nigeria because they were talking about, somebody said all of Nigeria money. Aisha don't feed fat on all of Nigeria money. Remember now when she went to Dubai, do you not see that figure? She is still that size. She has her own health problem too. You know what I mean? Everyone has one problem or the other they are dealing with. So covering herself up that way is to reduce what majority of you would have turned the barrier into. No wonder Shettima became the preacher at the firdau prayer for Bokohari today. Let's see if you can hear what he's saying. My Duguri, Elon Musk.
Every soul shall tell the torment of death. Death is an inevitable destiny that is hanging on everyone's neck. We should all consider ourselves as travelers with our bags and baggages waiting for the train. From where? From God. To where? To God. May Allah grant the soul of President Muhammad Buhari eternal rest and reward him with his Al-Jannah Firdaus. May Allah accept his good deeds. Forgive his shortcomings. Protect the family he has left behind. It wasn't a loss to the family of the late president. It was not a loss to the people of Daura, Emirate, or the people of Katsina State. It was a major loss to the nation and to the African continent. People from far and wide had called to commiserate with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
Ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
I don't know. I mean, there's something that you have to put like that jara, any wherever you see them, you put small on them like that. It is very necessary for the culture. For the culture. When you see the APC, the Ronukus and the rest of them, any kind of ekpe that comes to your mind, just say it just for the culture. Right? Like the one you are going to say to this Asari Dokubo. He has come out again to say something, as usual, meaningless, but controversial. Is it controversial, real? Asari Dokudumb, that threatened that if they dare touch the full barra of rivers, he would shut down. You remember that? You remember, right? There will be war, there will be this or that. Jiwere disappeared. Some said that they took him to go and do tummy talk in China. Remember that he's been having problem with his legs as well. Sorry. And I don't know how true it is, okay? So they said they took him to China to do tummy talk for him, cut part of the stomach and all of that, and at least save his life. And he said the reason why he's now he's now reversing his initial supposed rant against Kalu when he said Kalu has become a complete disappointment. That has changed now. But a reminder.
This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992 when I encountered you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend and I call him my friend. And calls me my son and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know.
And he was doing all of that because he said thiefnubu made Werewike so powerful. And that is against the interest of the people of Rivers State. Few days after, the full barra himself nominated Asari Dokudumb as a king. So King Asari Dokudumb has now come out to say the reason why he's now walking back his own talk is because thiefnubu saved his life when Obasanjo buried him alive. Hey, we go Nigeria, Hey? We report Nigeria. So when I first hear that part, I had to rewind it. I said, when Obasanjo buried him alive, thiefnubu came and he saved him, he rescued him. If not for that. And I was like, how? How would thiefnubu do that? Obasanjo don't bury you, federal government. But he said it then, a little bit touch of violence against the people of Anambra and Peter Obi in particular. So I put the two clips together, all right? Asari.
I will continue to support Ahmed Bola Tinubu until I see reason that there are people better than him. Ahmed Bola Tinubu, my support for Ahmed Bola Tinubu
goes beyond politics. It goes beyond my very existence as a human being, my life. If Ahmed Bola Tinubu principally was not there, maybe I would have died long time ago under General Olusegun Obasanjo when I was buried alive. Ahmed Bola Tinubu came to my aid. I came to know Ahmed Bola Tinubu in 1992 through the late MKO Abiola, and I've known him since. We had a robust relationship. We had problems because of my support for Goodluck Jonathan. If not, I was a leader of ACN in Rivers State. I was one of the leaders of ACN. In fact, I was leading the party before I went and lobbied Sekibor to come and join the party. And like what they are doing today, they handed over the party to Sekibor. The highest bidder takes it all, according to. And today, Rivers State as a whole has been given to Nyeso Wike. So it goes beyond. You can say whatever you like. I am in China today, and if I see any politician talking in Nigeria, they should be executed. I'm in China. I go from one city to... And then somebody is talking about Peter Obi. Somebody is talking about this character. Peter Obi was governor of Anambra State. What did he do for 8 years? What did he do for 8 years? These are the questions. So it's not when you are tribalistic. Compare Peter Obi, Anambra, which is a gold mine. Give me Anambra. And if in 1 year I do not change Anambra, I will not take salary. I will not live in their government house. Anambra, I will live in my car. Give me Anambra if I will not change Anambra. Go to my village. I'm not a governor. Go to Obama. Go to Lenkalawari. Go to see what I'm doing. I don't wait for anybody. When you travel, when you go to Dubai, you go to United Arab Emirates, you go to Qatar, you come to China, you go to Turkey, you will not listen to any Nigerian leader that is talking. You will not listen to any governor that is talking. You will not listen to anybody who is controlling budget, because you are not sincere. You are tribal, and you are telling other people that they are tribal. Somebody was governor for 8 years. He has nothing to show. He has nothing to... How can anybody compare Peter Obi with Tinubu? How? Go to Lagos. Go to Lagos before... Look at Lagos before 1999 and Lagos of today. He was there for 8 years. He left.
I said, if Ahmed Bola Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
You say? I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
Thank you.
The job people are already angry that this is the worst government.
We have just started.
We must learn a lesson. This man!
You gotta trust man. Man, Adam. Ojo, your eyes will see what your mouth cannot talk.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and be analyzing all he had to say. So I'll leave that to you. But there's something I will tell Alaji. Alaji, when you come back from China, may you come back safely, all right? So when you come back from China, I have a message that you are likely, maybe, that you can influence. And also, Alaji, when you come back from China, as you have learned, because he couldn't put his thought together properly, he was practically saying that when he's in China, you know, like what the Chinese government, what they do to looters, corrupt public officials, should be done to the criminals in Nigeria. But let us now break that down. And I didn't want to do analysis of that, but it's a message too, right? So Asari, you are a product of corruption yourself, because number one, it is because Nigeria is not a real country. Nigeria is a place where criminals are running things. And that is why, despite Nigeria having their own military, Nigeria still have to contract the protection of its most vital infrastructure, oil pipelines, oil infrastructure, to keep them safe. They have to give somebody like Asari Dokudumb contracts, free money. So majority of you like that are product of corruption. So if we have to adopt the Chinese style, Asari Tompolo, who are other guys, who are other terrorists in that Niger Delta who have become so rich in the name of fighting for the marginalization of the people of Niger Delta. People of Niger Delta are still poor in their millions, but these few guys are stinkingly rich because the corrupt successive governments in Nigeria believes that the only way for peace is to give money to disarmed militants. But Alaji, while we are trying to figure that out, please help us tell the sole now who will go can talk to now. Maybe you should help these people talk to thiefnubu, call Fulbara. I don't know if you do talk to Werewike, but there is the Sobata called sole administrator right now in Rivers. Any of them that you can talk to. Pensioners in Rivers State have resorted to prayers so that they can get their pensions paid, because according to them, some of their pensions have not been paid in over 10 years. Hang on. I think somebody even said some of them have not been paid their pension in the last 20 years. Rivers State, the richest state in the south, I've been a Niger Delta part of Nigeria. Their pensioners are in church, praying to God to pay their pension. Or maybe God touched the heart of those who will pay their pension in 2025. This kind God, they call that kind God. This kind God, oh, we never see your kind, oh. This kind God, oh. Pensioners get no pay. They took their case to God. And Werewike looted nearly 2 trillion naira as their governor. That this kind God, oh, it be like say you too gentle. Abi, shall we say this kind God, oh, Abi you they collect bribe, oh. Because I don't understand how these guys could actually sleep at night knowing very much that hundreds, if not thousands, are going to bed in empty, with empty stomachs, going to bed hungry. And then they will turn to the corner, this kind God, God help me, God help me. Ah! That God must be like, oh, more, one kind partial God. Oh. Don't come at me. Oh. Don't begin to try to want to preach your God for me. Oh, because the thing is that we also know that Nigeria God is not real. Okay? And don't get me started on that. They've done everything, I believe, probably protested, wrote letters, did all they could. The system continued to ignore them. Ignore them. Some of you are currently working right now, patriotic Nigerian. All my mates, we don't japa. Right now, I don't become Kiniko in the ministry. I don't become Kiniko in the ministry. Are you sure you'll get your pension by the time you get to that age, 65? Or you yourself go begin to go Shiloh or start your own crusade? That the numbers of unpaid pensioners can actually make up the entire congregation of your church or your mosque. Any of them. Nigeria will humble you. Yes, it will. Right. Anyway, the last other part is this. Chris Ngige, Okija Shatabandu. Remember him? You should remember Chris Ngige. Yeah, I used to call him Okija Shatabandu. He has now joined the leagues of or the growing number of people who are calling on thiefnubu to let our man go, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't inherit Bokohari's enemies. Bokohari chose to continue the Cold War, right? And he is dead now. That means he lost. Bokohari lost. And Nnamdi Kanu had nothing to do with thiefnubu. And if he was, what do you call it? If he was a threat, an obstacle to thiefnubu becoming your president, maybe not anymore. So let him go. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Ngige.
Do not carry it too far. The Nnamdi Kanu question is very dear to our people. That's why I met him and we fixed an appointment. He said, bring the leaders. I brought the leaders of Southeast. Late Chukwemeke Ezife, Mbazulika Mechi, Bishop Onoha, Godio Wazulika of Aki Kenga, he was the president, and myself. And we went and discussed. That was how these leaders were given access to Nnamdi Kanu. And I prodded him to release Nnamdi Kanu, but because it's a political solution that is needed there.
You think he failed in that regard?
Well, he didn't do it, but he said that it was a difficult request because the matter is in the judiciary. But if the matter is in the judiciary, it's what the Constitution has said. As president, you can go under prerogative of mercy and apply it. You can ask the Attorney General to do a nolle prosequi. These are things that are right. And now the Kenyan court has said that even the repatriation is illegal. So I'm calling on President Bola Tinubu to exercise his rights as per the Constitution and solve that matter. We are leaders in the Southeast. We can guarantee him. We can take Nnamdi Kanu on guarantorship so that he can be released, so that our people will now have peace. So that when anybody is doing ESN, or doing a IPOB of close down on Monday, close down on court day, we wouldn't know that that person is a bandit. That what he's doing is banditry, terrorism, or even robbery.
If you were unable to convince President Buhari, who was your close friend,
yes,
and with whom you worked for 8 years,
yes,
how do you think you'd be able to convince?
Bola Tinubu, president, is also my friend. We have come a long way. We've come a long way. From AC, in fact, from 2003, when I was governor. I had known him when he was a senator.
And you're still close till this moment?
I'm friend, but I'm not a part of the government, so I don't go to Villa.
Why is that so?
No, I'm doing other things.
Well, you still have
I just came back.
Relationship with him?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So I'm advising him that this is the way my former boss failed, for reasons best known to him. You know, he's a soldier. So if this present president does that, it will have some good marks from the Southeast. It would not carry.
So the card, I mean, now the ball is in Kalu's court. How he plays it is up to him. He can possibly do one right thing or right one wrong thing before Azarailu also visit him too. Because the actions of these guys is the reason why you are going to continue to find it difficult to convince people that it is not a good thing to react to when they die. So the man that locked Nnamdi Kanu up was buried here, like every one of us. I don't even know if I want to be buried. I'm thinking that maybe I should be cremated. You know that one? But the thing is that we are all going to, no, we're not all of us. That's not right. When we say all of us are going to, now all of us go enter in 6 feet, that is actually not really right? Because there are people that they are going to have to burn them into powder. Sure, you get. The thought of it would make a typical African man or a typical Nigerian like, God forbid, they will come burn my. Which one is better? If they put a ring camera inside your coffin, you can't watch. I mean, people can't watch how all the insects go to fight over your body. They chop your eyeball. They chop everything. That one too. Maybe you probably won't like it to be. I'm just saying. But that was the place the man that was so once powerful. They put him inside this kurupe and they called it ambulance. The former president. Then he ended there. Now you see that one that is wearing blue. That's Bokohari that they put on the table there, right? On the tray. Now, the one wearing blue behind him is the one we are telling that you may have an opportunity of righting the wrong for the first time in a long time in your life. I'm just saying. Because there is no reason for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be in any detention, not when the court of Nigeria freed him. But a tyrant, dictator like Bokohari disobeyed that court judgment. It's not even court order, court judgment. So yeah, I support Chris Ngige's, appeal. And on that note, is where we shouldn't draw the curtain on that note. Okay, there is this one is just banter now. After the court freed Faulishe, he quickly called, the beneficiary of his stomach infrastructure to celebrate in this way.
We are grateful to God. That's why we are celebrating with Amala. Yes. Yeah. Jesus Christ says, "These ones are my family. These are my family members." These gentlemen here. We thank God for giving me victory after 7 years. We give all the glory to God. Thank you, Lord. I hope you are enjoying your Amala. Yes. Enjoy it. Yes, thank you.
7.3 billion naira. That's how much he stole from Ekiti State. He had a poultry that Faulishe was supposed to be the state government's project, agricultural project of the governor, this Faulishe. And that project gulped, I think, at 1.something billion naira. Guess what? The Gaima, just the same way he became governor, by supplying by supplying water with water tankers to some of the communities without water. And then, of course, building on his father's supposed popularity as well in Ekiti. So he built a poultry that was supposed to be the state project, one of the biggest, advertised, published everywhere. But guess what? Obasanjo that went there to go and commission the project, the Ekiti poultry project. They took Obasanjo to where they had the, where they had the layers, or where they had the one day old, where they, all those things are like set by set. They took him to where they are going to keep all the pigs, where they are going to keep this. So finally, he got to the bigger part, the poultry. So when they got to the poultry and Obasanjo saw the whole place, birds, that's great. In the middle of the inspection, Obasanjo turned around and said, Ayo, like how come your own chickens, right? How come they don't poop? Or like, that was the end of that inspection and commissioning of the project. 2 weeks or so later, Faulishe was in the boot of a car, escaping from Ado Ekiti to Ibadan. Why? EFCC, DSS, and this and everybody don't invade Ekiti. Ekiti House of Assembly, they've bundled some of them to Abuja on the order of Obasanjo to go and remove Faulishe, impeach him. And immediately they impeach him, his immunity is dead, capture him and bring him to Abuja for me. Faulishe ran away. For those of you who are not too young or too old that time, that was the beginning. And this was like 15 or 16 years ago. It was like a long time ago. Since then, Faulishe has been in and out of court to defend this. So finally, that they said he has no case. They don't buy amala for his victims to celebrate and say 7.3 billion. Ejamala. Eat amala. Let's celebrate. Ish. So thank you so much for your time this evening, okay? I am going to see you again tomorrow, or maybe a day after. I'm sorry, maybe tomorrow evening. So I'm not taking calls this evening, okay? But I will see you again. But until then, please remember, like the broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel, and the next time I'm around, you will receive a notification that my Ego is live. Until then, good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Director's Court. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni. Ó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.